Hello everyone, we're Dar here with another grounded video. Today's video we'll be going over making the Soldier's Bar. A buddy of mine, Armyguy, has a full-on military style compound or base set up with several buildings, and this is one of them. You know, soldiers have to have a way to blow off some steam. Therefore, that's why there's the soldier ant head on the wall next to the door, denoting the Soldier's Bar. So go on in. We have right here to the left, I had to modify the jukebox from what he has in his world, because in his I can't build it like that anymore, but we still have a modified jukebox, dance floor of a different color, the bar and the bartenders, drink mixing stations, the what are they, the beer, I don't really say beer vats, but that's probably what it is. And most bars, you know, you have a standing height bar, so you don't necessarily have to have chairs. You put your drinks down or whatever. I wouldn't recommend putting your drink down in the bar though. And the reason he chose those versus the the half floor, it's just because of how high up the half floor goes when it's halfway on the wall. You see, it's at your character's head level. So we want something a little lower. This I would like to be lower, but I can't get it to build the way he and I did it in his world. You have your lights. They're a little bit different. Armyguy had to make a change because I can't build on the backs of these anymore. Normally it would have been two slime mold sconces to either side with the lights hanging down from it. But with recent changes, this is how I had to do it. So there's at least a pattern of it all being on the same side of the wall, wrapping around, plus one in each corner. We have our kitchen back here. This is where, you know, your food is served on this counter. That's the cook, and there is your actual hot, what you call it, stove area. My cat decided to come join us on the thing for a second. Yeah, I'm not streaming right now. She thinks I'm streaming. She should get treats. Sorry. And then, of course, the outdoor sitting, eating area with a great view of the pond. So, I'm going to go ahead and just start building this right next to it. So we can start across the back right here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections wide. So we'll come over here to, let's say this rock. And I want it to be high enough up so that I don't have to worry about the rock coming through. So I have to try to make sure I set this up kind of high. Obviously I wouldn't build right here in the game since ore weavers do wander right here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just going to try and get this to go underneath. Just for, you know, hooks. Alright, so it's 6 across there. And there was a ramp, which... this is a cheaper version of a set of stairs. It works quite well. Now I'm going to go back and we're going to get a count of that side down that way as well. Just to make sure. We have the doors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a 6x6 building with the little kitchen piece sticking off the edge right here. So 6x6. So we're already at 2, 3, 4. Thank you, game. Put it wherever. 5. So that's the actual bar itself. Now I'm going to go ahead and run the 6 down this way and make my square. 3, 4, 5. Shut up, Robbie. 6. I know he's going to say something. That's why I said that. You know, tell me, oh, look, Ricardo's at a count. Anyway, there's your 6x6 square. I'm going to go back. I just want to make sure that I put the red play down at just the right spot. Armyguy, I'm not doing the handrail since I can't make them line up perfectly on here. And actually, you could, because it's right along the edge. I mean, you could just do handrails right here if you really wanted to denote the dance floor. But I think just changing the floor color will be fine. So 2 in, 1 in, and it's a 2x3 on the red. Okay. I'll go over here and explain what the heck what I just said. So from the southern wall, because that's the south, we're going to go 2 across. I mean 2 in. So 2 in from this wall. And then it's 2x3 on the red squares. 1, 2, 3, 3. Thank you. That's your dance floor. And the rest of this can be filled in with the pebble foundation. And now with 8.0, getting pellets is a lot easier, so building with pellet foundations is actually, once again, cost effective. Not overly priced. So we can see from here that I've got 4 wall sections. Make sure that arrow is pointing in. See the little pink arrow? Make sure that is pointing in if you want to attach things to the wall, or else you won't be able to attach anything to the wall. Now there was a window, that's the serving window, and then the cook has to be able to get into his kitchen. Let's go ahead and lay down the floor. The floor for the kitchen is just a 2x2 square. I'm not really sure what's going on with some of these clicks, but whatever. And, I mean, you could do this if you wanted, but you see I'm way out over the edge of the rock here, which is fine. Now we're going to do the same thing with the walls. Arrows pointing in. You see that pink arrow? That's the front of the wall. That's where you can attach anything you want to the wall. If you have the back of the wall facing in, you'll have trouble sticking things, excuse me, to the wall. We're going to go ahead and set up the kitchen while we're here. The kitchen is a couple of tables, so you put that table as close to that wall as you can. And then you're going to take and turn the table. You want to put one in the corner. And then we're going to turn and put one this way. Put the table in before you put the lights in, by the way, or else the lights will technically block the table. You know, you have your prep areas, and this is going to be the actual cook area. So what I do is I switch to first person, make my character crouch, and then attach 2 of these to the wall back there. That's one reason why you want to have the walls facing in like that with the arrows, so I can put the lights wherever I need to. Now to put the cook in, build walls here. I had to press the right button. My bad. And put your cook as close as you can. You know, you can use an arm dummy if you want. You don't have to use this. I'm just building it. Try to build it as close to the way he built it as possible. And then it just has a simple little peak roof on top of it. You know, nothing. The fancy roof is over the dance floor, not here. This is just the kitchen. Alright, now, I'm going to try and make this match as much as I can. So you can see me run back and forth a few times. So it was solid wall, window, window, solid wall. Now, once again. Okay. There. This is the door. I like to put the hinges to where when you open the door, it goes flat against the wall right here. Especially considering I'm putting a jukebox right here. Now this one I'm going to turn and face it out. I think. Let me check. We'll have to be able to put lights on it. Okay, I can still put lights on it, so I'm going to face it out because that's where this one, the soldier's head goes. Not sorry, it goes. And once again, we're going to go check. I know the whole front wall is the patio side wall is all windows. So it's solid wall. That's just an even pattern. Okay, good. We're going to go back. Now we have our solid wall. We're going to go window, solid wall, window, solid wall. Just keep going all the way down. So I'm going to go ahead and do the... rotate that. Now this one, when I first started setting up, threw me for a loop because he's got... I had to go back and because I took a video of video recording of where I made this. He has this. I have to get it. I had it just a second ago. Man, if we had half walls, it would make this easier. I'm trying to get it to split the difference. I know how to do it. So if you're having issues getting it to set up correctly, take out this. Put a blueprint on each side like that. And that's just to put the blueprints. You're not actually going to build that. But what that's going to allow you to do is line that door up correctly. Because it has small openings going out here, not like, you know, major ones. We'll get to the patio later. Alright, so let's go ahead and set up the bar. Again, we use a lot of... where the hell is it? There it is. These. We're going to push that into there. Now, you don't want to put them too close together because this does need to stretch. You want that to stretch all the way to here, but see, the thing is, I have it too close to the wall. So, because we have to go halfway. As we go back and take a look, you'll notice that the bar is 1.5 floor sections off the wall, you see. So, that's what the acorn railings are for. Not only that, but they give you a nice little front look. Trying to get these to line up in the half position is sometimes a pain. There we go. And it goes 4 wide. And we're going to put one right here too. I think Armyguy had his facing the other way, but it doesn't really matter however you want it to look. But I know Armyguy had his facing, acorn railings facing the opposite direction. So it look more like railings that when you walk up to a bar, you put your feet on. If you've ever been to a bar, you know what I mean. Now you notice I'm trying to make sure they don't overlap. Because if you overlap them like this, you will have a gap. A sizable gap at the end. I ran into that issue when I was first setting this up in that building over there. Now, we have the... I forget exactly what to call it. I know beer vat is a word or a term, but I know it's not exactly what I'm looking for. How the bartenders get out of here, I don't quite understand because they're blocked in. Okay, there we go. Now, I know on the wall he used some weapon racks. Just, you know, you're going to display some of your pricier liquors. Well, you're going to put them up on the bar behind the bar, up on the wall behind the bartender. And once again, you can use these guys. You can use armor dummies. I've used armor dummies in mine. You can use these here if you want. It's all up to you. Alright. Try to duplicate the jukebox. The jukebox is much simpler than what he and I built in his world. What he and I built in his world took me a while. So you take the triangle wall, sink it down into the floor. Not that far into the floor, dear lord. And you just want it to go in just like that. That's it. Just part way in. Now we're going to get a acorn railing. We want it to face that way. Make sure it's facing the right way. I want it to be at the halfway part, obviously. Like that. So sometimes you have to lay down a blueprint just to get that to go in the right spot. Now I'm going to go ahead and throw in some of these lights under here. The green lights have a really nice glow. And then you can modify this, but why am I having a backup so far? What's obstructing it? Oh, I don't. Move all of this out the way. Sometimes you're gonna see that certain things have to be built in a very specific order. I know I could have just deleted those. I didn't feel like it. It's probably blocked by the thing outside, actually. So, do this last. We'll come back to that. Okay, so half wall, or half floor, not half wall. Wow, half walls are coming though. Half floor, and then before I put in the side lights, because I don't want to have the location obstructed message again. Same with, let's see, I should be okay to grab these real quick and place them in. Now, the reason for the acorn railing is so you can do that. Because you can mount those to the acorn railing. And I was trying to mount it to the side over here as well, but it was giving me a lot of problems, so I decided to leave it open. If you can get them to mount and close that in, go for it. They've changed the way we can build since he and I worked on this, because I helped him work on this and the lights. The rest of this is all him. And I didn't really come in and tell him what to do. I just came in and said, hey, what about this? What about this? And started throwing out ideas. And then it's like, I like that. And he went with it. He wanted to do a jukebox. Alright, so now we're just going to do, this is the squared roof corner. I'm just going to do the first level. The first level is just, you know, 4 square roof corners. Have a seat in the corners. Regular roof pieces wrapping around. Okay, so these guys just want to go wherever they want. Finish the first level of roof, then I'll put in those tables real quick. Tables are here. Like I said, these are the tables where you can kind of sit around the edge, and instead of having to have chairs, you want to sit down, you go outside. Alright. Now, to support the next level, this may not be necessary, the corner piece, but it helps to attach the lights to it. See, that way I can attach that all the way in the corner, and it's going to turn on because it's late at night already. And you get on the roof. Time to get a bounce web. Oh, okay. I don't know where that went. When building, bounce web nearby is a good idea, especially since you can move them. It's a good idea to bring that with you. Not necessary, but it's a good idea. It just makes things go a little faster because you can jump up here and do this. Especially when you're running supplies up here and you want to build, if you're not doing it from the inside. Which you can, because it's not that, you know, you can just jump up from the inside and do it. But getting the blueprints to lay down, a little bit easier if you're up here sometimes. Not always. I like to get this done while it's dark so that when it's done you guys can see it all nice and lit up. Because obviously some of these lights turn off during the day. Now, for the middle piece in there, the way he has it pointed down, he took the inverted corner piece and attached it like so. And just made it to where it closed in on itself. If I can get this to go in there. And then that's the roof. We're going to go ahead and grab the triangle wall. We're going to make it to where it slopes up against that centerpiece right there. Oops, missed it. And here's one thing I will recommend is build a triangle scaffold somewhere near that area. And then if you have the ability to move a pallet, go ahead and move a pallet over here. It's going to make it easier for you to build these lights in the very precise position that you want to put them in. So you see one side, I got no problem attaching lights. Other side, location obstructed. It's part of the new building thing. That's why there's only one set of lights versus 2. So Armyguy, you have the only one right now that has the 2. But we are almost finished with the interior. Then I'm going to do the exterior and then we'll be done. Now, it's a very nice bar, very clean bar, very quick to build bar too. Not nearly as many decorations as my wool set bar. It's more efficient, you would expect from a soldier. I'd say, please go away. That's the interior. Oh, let me be careful before I back up and fall into the pond. We're going to ignore that piece that went down to the bottom like that. Now, this is only 2 wide, and he went with the stem floor. And then you can go with either handrail. It's creative, so I'm going to go with the same handrail he did. Especially now that we have extra acorn shells, these shouldn't be too much of a problem. But we'll see. Oh, people are coming. They're coming home from picking my daughter up from school. So we might have a little bit of background noise from that, but it's okay. And then we're gonna go ahead and throw the roof up there real quick. Now the roof is just the slanted piece, like so. Oh, we're gonna have to delete that real quick. And And then you're going to have to just set that down. Not in front of the camera, please. There we go. Thank you, babe. We have that. It's just 6 roof pieces, 6 normal roof pieces, and 6 of the new weed stem floor. And then lights. Random table right here. It's not really random, but it's just there. What I don't like the change with these chairs is it's really... you can't put the chairs too close to the tables. Not a fan of that. Like, people push the chairs in. But then we go with this. And then we'll over here put down a couple more chairs. I think the reason the chairs can't be so close to that is because they've already told us they are working on the ability to sit down in the chairs. And if the chairs are too close to a table, you won't be able to sit in them. And they've already told us, they've confirmed that they are working on the ability to sit in our chairs. So that is coming. But that is the bar, chat. Well, guys, not chat. I'm not streaming right now. So we have our outdoor eating area, nicely covered in. It's well lit. We have the indoor area. It's a little dark. But you can always add lights. You can add lights to these guys. Unfortunately, you cannot add lights like this anymore. You can't double hang these. And I really wish we could attach them right here because this would have been really cool. But you can't. But I'm gonna go ahead and sleep, and then when it's daylight, let you guys see where the hell over here. Let you guys see exactly what it looks like when it's fully finished. Just one more time.
I can't be the only one feeling tired.
All right, we've done the sleep thing. Oh, yeah, I gotta put the wolf's head thing back by the door. So, once again, not the wolf's head. Wow, soldier ant head. So it's the soldier's bar. Come in, you got your bartenders over here to serve you your drinks, your dance floor, your jukebox, which is glowing, has a really cool glow to it. I like that. This is just for you putting your stuff down for whatever reason, so it can be the cook in the kitchen and the outdoor eating area. So that is the soldier's bar. It is a design by my friend and mod Armyguy. He's always in my chat during streams. You guys got questions for him, drop those comments in the section below. I guarantee you he'll be around, he'll see this. But if you guys like this content, would like to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. And until the next video, you guys have a good one.